Somebody asked, Vel, I need some tips on dating. The dating scene is trash. What do you think I need to do to get a good man? I honestly would say that a lot of people should remove uh dating, getting married, and children off their list of things that they need to accomplish, because you don't know when it's going to happen. And a lot of people, when you make it a goal, you feel like it has to happen at a certain time and all this other stuff, when in reality you never know when that love is going to fall into your lap. Also, women are taught, at an early age to be mothers. Y'all get Barbie dolls and baby dolls and little kitchen sets and stuff like that. So it's a lot of things that's kind of like indoctrinated in y'all as far as like what you need to do in order to become a woman. However, men do not have those same things. It's not exactly parallel. So you might be seeking something and your potential partner might not even have that in their scope of things to do within their lifetime. It is a sad truth, but I feel like marriage should not be like a goal per se. Maybe like growing a relationship when you do find that person, but to be actively looking for somebody just to get married is kind of toxic. I feel like if you're actively looking for marriage and actively looking for somebody you want to start a family with, that might just be what you find. It might not be the love of your life and the person that's the most compatible with you. I mean, yeah, we can be intentional, but don't be too intentional where it's like a job. Nobody should be looking for ways to hook a man. It should be, I'm changing because I want to be the best version of myself. If you're making all these different adjustments for a man before you even find yourself, you're going to be miserable in that relationship.
Let's be real. Christianity has brainwashed a lot of women to idolize this institution of marriage by making this a goal. And when you make something a goal, it starts to become your identity, your top priority. And when you're making this your top priority, you're really not being authentic with yourself. You're trying to fit this role, per se. And when you are trying to fit a role or submit or be a wife, all these titles that has nothing to do with you, how would you know who you are? You start to lie to yourself because now you end up just living a whole lie. A whole lie to get this goal. So when you're trying to accomplish this goal, you're waiting to be happy, to hit this goal. You're like,
I'm not going to be happy until I get married. I'm not going to be happy until I find the one.
Until my wedding date. You're anticipating happiness. And y'all be forgetting that happiness is a personal responsibility. No one or nothing can make you happy outside of yourself. So when you are waiting to be happy to hit this goal because you think it will symbolize some type of worth within yourself, to validate yourself, to dictate yourself, this is very unhealthy on many women. And they're being toxic. They are manipulating a man to get a ring, to get a symbol, because they think having a man or getting married will validate their existence, will give them purpose here, will make them feel worthy, or make them feel more like a woman when they're a wife, or when they get a ring or they get married, because this is their goal in life. And I really wish that Christianity, when they preach these sermons about marriage and gotta get a husband, gotta be a submissive wife, why do they leave out the most powerful character in the Bible, which was Jesus? And Jesus was single and celibate. Why do they leave out the part how Jesus didn't wrap his identity in finding a sexual partner or a sexual relationship or marriage Why do they not preach about that? That is my question of the day. Because when you are still believing in this institution of marriage as your identity, you are idolizing marriage. You're putting marriage on a pedestal. You can never be happy because you're in the pursuit of happiness when joy is your birthright. Peace is your birthright. No one is going to save you from yourself. No one is going to save you. So instead of continuing to act like a damsel in distress, it's best to realize that marriage is an institution and it was made to be of service for a man, to make a man's life easier, but to make your life harder. You're making your life harder by waiting to be happy, to waiting for this symbol of validation from this external world. You will continue to be waiting until you start saving yourself and loving yourself and stop putting marriage on a pedestal. Really start to do deep diving of why do I want to get married in the first place? Have I just been brainwashed to believe this institution will make me a woman? Or am I already enough as this individual of who I am? Because at the end of the day, when Jesus is your Lord and Savior, you'll start to see that Jesus was the healer of his own life. Jesus valued solitude above all else. Jesus prioritized God. When you prioritize marriage, you start to lose God in there. When you start to prioritize a man, where is God? Why is a man on a pedestal? Why are you putting a man before God? You're going to start to lose God because you think God is a man. Whenever we talk about God, you think it's a man. It's he, instead of you. God is not a gender. God is a spirit. God is a light. But you will never know that until you stop idolizing marriage as a symbol of your own happiness.